I like what he does on the field.
Painful last night of the regular disastrously bad. It made me stop and go.
The power of
Now, I was thinking the other day, because we're about to finish 10 years, you and me.
Yeah.
A month from now, you and I will have been doing this show for 10 years.
I'll have been doing this longer than I played in the NFL.
Which is incredible, and better, I might add. But I was thinking about all the different, what?
You're going there. You're trying to make a nice point here, and you have to just, kick a little shot at me and try and keep going.
How is that a shot at you?
It's a shot at me.
I'm complimenting your abilities as a sports talk show host.
You're ripping my abilities as a football player. We've been together 10 years. I know exactly where that dart was aimed, my friend.
Why would you go negative?
Because that's all you know.
Listen, that remark could have been interpreted in either direction. Either direction.
And knowing you, I could take a poll in this room right now, and they know exactly where it was directed.
Liam, was I making a nice point or a mean point?
Mean.
Mean.
Paul Carr, you agree? Mean. Stosh, you agree? Stats, what do you think?
Absolutely mean.
Mean? Okay.
There you have it. You want to apologize now or later?
No, you're all wrong. You don't know me. Anyway.
Go ahead.
Jimmy Johnson is on this morning, and yesterday, as we pointed out on our show, and then they did a really nice piece on SportsCenter, which we ran last night.
Great piece.
Brent Musburger called the Doug Flutie game, the quote-unquote Doug Flutie game, 25 years ago yesterday, and Flutie and Musburger got together at some point, and they sat and they watched the film, and they talked about the game, and they put together a package that we ran on SportsCenter yesterday. It was really good. And I had forgotten Jimmy Johnson was the coach of Miami.
Right.
And then when we're watching the package yesterday, they show the teams coming out of the tunnel, and there's a young Jimmy Johnson. Hair exactly the same.
Oh, exactly the same.
25 years ago, running out onto the field. So I thought to myself, let's ask Jimmy Johnson the question I'm always asking you, which is, if you've been involved in a classic game and you lose, do you ever get over losing and just feel proud to have been a part
of that game, yeah.
I thought, what a perfect opportunity. Jimmy Johnson lost the Doug Flutie game. Let's ask him that question. So I asked him that question. His response was not what I was expecting.
I really don't think a whole lot about it. I'm really amazed at the Boston College grads that they haven't had enough success in the last 25 years. They have to keep reliving that. I've actually had a couple of wins in the last 25 years that I think more about than I do that game back 25 years ago. Hey, but there's a lot of Boston College grads, man. They hang on to it, It's that's the way it goes.
That was a great answer.
And he didn't throw one shot. He went bam, bam, bam.
That's right. Yeah.
He threw one that said, you know what, I'll throw another. Hey, just for good measure, let me lob one more in there.
And let me tell you what else that says to you. Jimmy Johnson is a different guy than most of these coaches. And that's why he's not racing back every time someone gives him an offer.
Right.
He's happy. He's comfortable with himself and his life, and he likes to fish. He likes to do all this stuff. What have you always told me a million times? And especially is true with coaches. You agonize over the losses a lot longer than you celebrate the wins. Pat Riley says there's winning and then there's misery. I guarantee you Pat Riley remembers sequences that took place in NBA Finals games in a series they lost to the Celtics in 1984. I guarantee you he remembers that. And Jimmy Johnson is like, yeah, we lost. I can't believe they make such a big deal out of it. It was a regular season game the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I've won a national championship and 2 Super Bowls.
Timeout.
What?
You're really buying that, huh?
What?
You don't think it bugs him a little bit? That for him to throw out those barbs, instead of saying what a great play it was, talk about the other side of it and say, they're going to hang on that play for the rest of their career. I've done pretty well since there. Let me go back to this.
Go ahead.
The question that you asked.
Yeah.
Do you think after time, do you say, I don't care about the loss, I was happy to be a part of it? He didn't answer that question. What do you think his answer is? He did not answer that question.
Right.
He has not forgotten about it, and he does not say, boy, I was happy to be there. Did anything that he said sound like, yeah, you know what, I was just happy to be part of such a great game?
No, what he's trying to tell you, it sounds to me like you don't buy it.
Oh, I don't buy it a bit.
What he's trying to tell you,
Go ahead. You tell me.
What he's trying to tell you is I've had far bigger moments than that.
Yes.
I don't consider that memorable. It was a tough game. We lost. I lost a lot of games. I won more. I remember those better.
But he remembers it.
Yeah, he remembers it.
He remembers it, and he doesn't remember it fondly.
Right. I mean, you don't remember a loss fondly.
So, no.
You know, I hear you. I think you're right. I mean, I think he's taking a shot.
Oh, Absent took 3 shots.
Yeah.
There's not a shot.
You know what? Good for you. You actually analyzed that better than I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I bought it hook, line, and sinker.
You know what? And I didn't know you did until you said, well, you could tell he's such a different coach. And I thought, wait a minute. No, he's not.
No, you're right. You're right. He's not taking, you know, in a way, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. I've got to give you the credit for that.
The only reason he stopped with the comments was I think he ran out of hand grenades.
These Boston College people never won anything in their lives. That's the one moment they hold on to. Have they seen my rings? Yeah. You're right. They did kind of bother him. It did. Okay, fair enough. Good point by you.
Catch Mike and Mike every weekday from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN2.